All right, what's up, everybody? This is Robert Peppo, Small Business Uncensored, episode 8. Hell yeah, episode 8. Let's go. We're rolling. So before I start, I just want to say appreciate you guys rocking with me. Please follow on all social media platforms. You know what I always say: like, comment, subscribe, share, all that. I promise you that does more for me than you think, and it does more for the people that I'm about to help and mention in this video as well. So another thing is that this will probably be my last video for like 3 to 4 weeks. I'm going to Army Leadership School, so I'll be gone for a little bit, but hopefully that will give me even better content, better ideas and things like that to bring to the table to make these even better and more interesting. So this one we're going to call How to Do More for Yourself and for Others. Okay, so I'm going to hit several points today. And so it's kind of going to be like a speed round podcast. There's a few things I definitely want to talk about, but then they're not really going to flow kind of like my other ones are, because I want to get more stuff out there for you, because what I'm about to do is way more important than going on a long podcast that you have to listen to. So let's see. The saying is, if you help enough people get what they want, they will eventually help you get what you want. So I've been thinking a lot about that. And I've been thinking a lot about that because if anyone is familiar with Stool Fund and what they're doing for small businesses, David Portnoy is the owner of that, and he started a fund where it helps small businesses. So not only did he start a GoFundMe for restaurants, which he felt were the most impacted by COVID and there wasn't much being done, he started out a GoFundMe page to give back to restaurants. I had to meet special criteria and all that. But he's done an incredible job. He's got over $35 million in the fund already, and he distributes out to businesses. But the other thing that he does is he goes to these businesses and makes small videos, short videos about them, the names, where they're at, tries their food, and things like that. So he uses his big platform. So not only using money, but the exposure for the businesses too, which will actually probably go farther. And this is why. The short videos that he's doing would go farther because the people that then connect with those businesses, like or follow, now can be with those businesses for a lot longer than right now. And maybe that cash that he injects into the business today might last 6 months, might last 1 month or 2 months, whatever it is. But that customer will last a lifetime if they can retain them, of course. But I think that goes a lot farther. And so when I'm thinking about what impact can I have with my platform and things like that, I think about the same thing, that I can easily do the same thing around with our local businesses, get some people on camera, shout them out, use our platforms, and have a bigger impact that way. Because I'm always wanting to help people. That's why I do this podcast. That's why I share a lot of things on social media, why I interact with our local pages, why I'm on there just clicking, liking, commenting, and subscribing and sharing. Literally, that's what I'm doing because I believe in that. And I believe it goes a long way. So I want to do the same thing. I'll get into that in just a minute. And when I really thought about doing this, not only did I see him doing it and other big people jump on board with it, but because there is a shortfall, and it's not necessarily anybody's fault to themselves and their own fault, but there's only so much the government or even your local municipalities will do for you. Nothing beats the ingenuity of American entrepreneurs and what they can do and what they're willing to do. And so I believe I fall into that category, and because I have the knowledge and ability to do so, I feel obligated to do it. So I saw a local government page doing something for businesses. Cool. Clicked on it, and the video just wasn't good. And in this day and age, there's really no reason for that. And so although their intent was there, and although it was okay for what it was, it really wasn't that good. And in fact, I kind of felt bad that it was so bad. And so I thought, okay, well, if I can do this, I have to do it. And I'm going to. So my plan would be find some local businesses and say, hey, I got all these followers on Instagram and TikTok for me specifically, but I also have our business pages that have a lot of followers as well, and we can use our platform to promote each other totally free, totally organic, completely authentic, just literally going to like-minded people and saying, hey, let's share what I've built, and let's hope to get everybody a bigger piece of the pie. Especially when everybody's kind of either been regulated into something, have to maneuver and do different things, and some people aren't keeping up with that. Some people are doing a great job, but other people aren't, and it's no fault of their own. This came out of nowhere, but if you are not able to pivot, it's going to hurt you, and I want to help you not get hurt and run over by that. Totally free. Okay, I don't care. It's just going to cost me my time, but it's what I like to do, and I think it's the right thing to do. So you're going to see some more of that coming. Stick with me. I have the plan already set. I just got to contact some people, because I mean, it would be a no-brainer if somebody came up to me and said, hey, I think I got about 40,000 people across my social media platforms, followers. I'm going to put it in front of them. But I also have my business page, altogether has almost 15,000 followers, and they interact a lot because they like our company a lot and been with us a long time. I'm going to put you in front of them too. I don't know why anybody would say no, but what happens then is they're going to share it. So inadvertently, it still helps me grow my business as well. So it's just the right thing to do. It just makes sense all across the board. And if anybody wants to be involved in that, who's watching this or listening, shoot me a DM. I say this all the time. Contact me. Look, if someone needs to contact me, get a hold of me, there are 10 different ways how to do that, okay? Come see me in person, okay? Send me a DM, whatever. Shoot me a text. All right. So that's what I'm going to do. That's going to be my main focus. And I'm going to get into a little bit about why. And so one of the reasons why also people are kind of crazy right now is new governments come in, right? So whether you like Trump or Biden, it doesn't really matter, okay? Neither one of the presidents and the Congress and the Senate, they're not coming to save you. They're not going to do your work for you. They're not going to promote your business, all right? So you're going to kind of do your thing no matter what. And so whether taxes go up a little bit or go down a little bit, we've seen it all over the last 45 years, okay? Again, I'm fortunate enough to have seen this and know that the volatility isn't ever as big as people think it is. The changes aren't going to be as crazy as people think they are. And so you just kind of maneuver like this with the ebb and flow of the changing of the presidents, the passing of new laws, regulations coming in, all that. But you can absolutely navigate this and just pivot little by little, and you're able to do it. And so that's what I'm going to help you guys with. So just pivot. All right. So just pivot. Don't quit and don't give in. You just adapt to it. All right. And that's what we've done over the years. And so here's where people start to think about things. Oh, well, I need multiple revenue streams. Okay. All right. I got it. You need multiple revenue streams in case one dries up, in case this new regulation comes out, maybe. But I don't really agree with that. And I don't really agree with that from personal experience. You don't need to start a new business. You just need to kind of refine what you're doing. And some industries do die, don't get me wrong. Okay, maybe that's you, but maybe not. Most likely, if you have a business, you're going to do that. You're going to continue to do it. You just need to change a little bit. I've gotten in real estate, okay, and it's worked. I've started American Dreams, my clothing company that got Army contracts to make hoodies, t-shirts, all that, and it worked. But nothing ever beat or came, and I get involved in music too. Nothing ever came close to or beat my foundation, okay? The things that I had worked 15, 20 years to create, and that has a 45-year legacy, okay? All we needed to do constantly throughout the years, maybe every 5 years, just start to really refine things. Start a little bit of new offerings, new processes, new systems, to continue to push into the future. I went out to see what would really hit, and if I was either really enjoying something else I've tried or made a lot of money doing something else I've tried, and I realized it's not true. So my then advice would be, you can create multiple revenue streams, but do it from your core foundation business, okay? And don't do anything else until that core is unshakable, okay? And that you have money set aside to invest in other things that will not touch like your personal stuff or your foundation business. And that's what I've taken and done. When I've done real estate, it was all my own money, nothing that touches the business. When I did music, it was money that I said, okay, I got this much to put in. Doesn't matter if I lose it all, because it was already set aside to do the next thing. But my core foundation was always there working, and I always refined that more than anything else. And so focus on your one, master it, dominate your lane in your local market or online or whatever you do, then expand off of that. All right, so I'm gonna give you some examples. Like I always said, I want to give you real practical examples of how that would work. So I'm gonna use me as an example. Okay. For example, we have a business and a storefront, right? My father never offered delivery. Boom, we offer delivery. Another revenue stream for people that simply cannot get to you. Not that they don't want to. It's not that even that they don't have a car. It's that maybe at the hours that you're open, they're at work, or someone else is driving their car, something like that. So a customer that wants to be a customer couldn't even get to us because we didn't offer this one service. Boom, multiple revenue streams. There's another one. Okay, online ordering. Someone can't call because they're at work, but they can be on their phone and put in an online order. Boom, now we opened up that for them. Okay, then a cloud kitchen or a ghost kitchen. Whether you're familiar with that or not, I won't go down that rabbit hole today, but that's another way to expand our brand either in a new market or literally expand our brand right where we are, and no one is the wiser and knows the difference. We just expanded the brand. My major one is expanding into franchising, which makes me keep my core foundation strong and just branch off into multiple revenue streams. And so I think that's not only a safer option, but a smarter option. You stick with what you're good at, okay? You build your foundation and you branch off of the parent foundation, the parent company, the major idea, the thing that you're good at. All right, so then in volatile times, you're not stuck sitting, what do we do? And some of these things I've mentioned we've done a long time ago in different ways. We continue to pivot even those in themselves, okay? And so I offer you to look at your business and see what are you missing. Like for us, we could possibly package all of our homemade seasonings, homemade vinegar and oils, and core product guts and sell it in a grocery store. Or package it as a seasoning, or package it as a dressing or a sub sauce, okay? We could package it and sell it to other sandwich companies, okay? There's unlimited things you can do if you just step back and think about it. All right, think about what you're missing, because it's very rare that everyone dominates every part of their given field. All right, and so with that, how are we gonna make sure you dominate? Make sure that your core number one thing actually does good, so you don't have to look for other things. Number one, be different. All right, what are you gonna do different than the guy down the street next door? Let's just say, for restaurants especially, it's an incredibly saturated market. You can go down the street, you can eat anywhere, fast food is everywhere, right? So what are you gonna do? What's gonna separate you from everybody else? Is it your flavors? Is it your look? Is it your branding, your marketing? Think of something that you're gonna really capitalize on to be different, okay? If you follow Peppo's at all, if you land on our page, see our website, you're gonna see how we do our sandwiches is different than everybody else, and the toppings we use is what makes us better, different, unique, all that. So boom, let's focus on that. All right. Then service. How can you beat another player in your market? You just crush it on service. Just be better. All right. Train your staff to really care. Connect them in. Let them be authentic with you. Let them understand your story, your values, where you're going, what you're doing. And then that'll come out in their service because they're going to care. Okay? Talk to them like people, help them achieve things, and they're going to go market your product for you totally authentically. And so you can win by service pretty easily. I think that's an incredibly overlooked thing, because when I go Peppo's versus Subway, I mean, not only do our numbers crush their per unit numbers, but I know by and far our service will crush them no matter what. Nobody's going to Subway like, oh my God, they're so nice. Hey, you can meet people who work at places. No, if you work at Subway, that's not what I mean. There are good people there and they care. However, in a smaller family business, okay, in single unit stores and even smaller franchises, people tend to care more. They're more connected. Okay, they know the owners. They're with them daily, and you beat your competitors with better service. Okay, it's the most underrated thing ever, I think. Branding yourself in marketing. Okay, why that's important? It's why I have Peppo Subs and then Robert Peppo. Right, I'm co-branding ourselves together, doing my own thing, doing Peppo's, and they're starting to merge more and more. All right, so don't undervalue people wanting to connect with the owner, wanting to know the story of the business, what you're involved in. If somebody feels part of what you're doing, they're going to be more likely to support you with even just a like, comment, follow, and subscribing, which is just as important as spending dollars at the store. because you're getting involved with these people. They feel part of your life. They're going to share it, and they're going to share it to somebody else, and they're going to share it to somebody else, and that next third, fourth person down the road, they will be a customer. Then eventually the other person would be a customer, and it starts this revolving cycle of them people coming in. So it is important, okay? And so brand yourself also. Put your own life out there. Let people know that you're real. There's a face behind the company. There's a reason to support your company and your business and whatever you're doing, your service. All right? And do better marketing than the next guy too. So using your Facebook and Instagram or whatever better, and your website better than anybody else. If you have a good looking website, let's say good. If you're using Facebook, good. If you're using Instagram and Twitter, good. But that's only the beginning. You need to have good short videos, good quality short videos. Kind of goes back to what I was talking about that local government's pages. It was fucking horrendous. Anyway, if you have good videos, good pictures of what you're doing, and don't share things and be like, come in and get your windows tinted today. Most people aren't going to do that today, okay? Say, instead, look at this dope job I just did on this Corvette. Tints look sick. Somebody's like, damn, that looks sick. I can't wait to get my car tinted. I'm going there. That is probably a better strategy than being like, come get your windows tinted today. Somebody would be like, well, I'm not going to tint that car's windows. I'm definitely not going to go today. And they're not going to think about it because it didn't like catch them with something, right? And it's super simple because you could have taken a picture of a Corvette and be like, come in today. But the way that you say it and how you present it and the pictures and the lighting and all that matters. So have good quality pictures and have good video. That's how you get people these days. Short videos too. Attention spans are fucking nowhere. Even these podcasts, I want to keep shorter than 20 minutes. In fact, I'd love to be at 10 to 12 minutes only because people aren't listening for that long unless you're like Gary Vee, Ed Milet, Jocko, and have a really deep conversation with other people also involved in the podcast. Okay? And as much as I like to hear myself talk, I'm going to keep it shorter. Okay? So you're welcome. Be authentic. I've said that 100 times. Be authentic. Be yourself because then you don't have to fake it. You don't have to put on a show. You're always who you are. You come at face value. People know what to expect from you. Your customers, your clients, your employees, everybody knows what to expect. When you go to a networking meeting, when you meet people, you don't have to put on a show. You don't have to fake it. Be authentic. People like you for you, okay? Don't underestimate yourself either and how good you might be. Just because you're not comfortable doing it, that might be what it is. Just being comfortable or uncomfortable is a thing. It's not that you're not good at it, but anything new is going to be uncomfortable until you do it, and it's going to matter. So continue to press it. If you need help with that, honestly, I'll do some for you just to show you the difference, and then we'll fucking co-promote together. And so help promote others, okay, and be part of your local area and where you dominate. All right, so let's go full circle back to what I was talking about in the beginning. If you help promote others and interact with everybody else, they're then going to interact with you. You're going to be looked at as someone who does more. All right, you're going to be the one that they might want to go to for help or share or use or whatever. It's like networking, but it's all online now because it has to be. That's where everybody's attention is. Everybody has a phone, and everybody's on it a ton of time, right? So master that. So, in summary, I hope you guys learned something from this, and I hope that you apply it too to your business or someone else you know that owns a business or someone that you think, yo, this can help them. I'm going to do more, but if you know anybody that thinks about these things, wants to do more, needs a little bit better pictures, a little bit better video, and look, I'm not a professional marketer. I just happen to do okay on a few of these things, and I see where people don't do so good. And so let's go back just one step before I finish. What I do for me, it's another quick pro tip that you can do. I go look at everybody that I think is doing well in like a 10-mile radius maybe, or maybe an area right here, let's say Orland Park, that's doing really good. I go look at their Facebook, their Instagram, their websites. What are they doing good? How many followers do they have? What is their engagement rate? How are they interacting with people? And then I also look at what they do bad to see where I have a shoe in. Right? So if they're not doing really good pictures, I know I'm going to crush them on that. If they don't have a lot of followers, I know I crush them on that. If I'm like, oh my God, look at how good that looks, I might send them a DM and say, hey, how did you do that? Hey, I'm from Peppo's. I love your stuff. I love what you're doing. How did you do that? It looks so good. Or I might just see what they've done and try and mimic it yourself. And don't be it's not copying and it's not whatever. It's about using the tools out there that people are doing and winning at and using it for yourself. So go out there and do your research. Like I go into my sandwich competitors, eat their sandwich. I look at the receipt, how much did it cost, what does it look like. I take pictures of it, just like I would do for myself, as if I'm a customer of theirs, and what a customer of mine would think of theirs against mine. I do all of this to make sure we're being extremely competitive, because I am extremely competitive, but also that we're going to continue to crush it for a long time. And if they're dropping the ball on something, I'm going to pick up and crush it there. So I hope you picked something up from that you could do. I hope that when you watch this video, you say, hey, come do something with me. I'll shout you out. All together, I don't know, it's not the biggest thing in the world, but I have like 50,000 followers or something all together across social media platforms that I'm going to use, hopefully the right way that people resonate with, to help other people. And I hope that everyone else sees it, shares it, likes it, comments, and subscribes. So that was it for today. Small Business Uncensored, episode 8. Please share with your friends. Please subscribe. I will be back. Hopefully it won't be as long as 3 or 4 weeks, but if it is, I'll be back with much more. In the meantime, I hope to put at least 1 or 2 videos out about what I was talking about with supporting and promoting local businesses. So please go find us on Facebook, because that's where I'm really going to start being heavy on. Facebook, Peppo's Great Sub Sandwiches. And then I'll also be posting the clips on my Instagram, Robert_J_Peppo. I'll finish it like I always do. Stay badass. Do whatever it takes.